Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Idle Talk mini, and today I'm recording at my apartment. If you hear that background noise, that's some fucking children outside. God knows what they're doing outside at fucking, what time is it? Like 4:20? Hey, it's 4:20 p.m. Nonetheless, I'm here to talk to you about a couple things. While this drops, I will be meeting up with Fabian and we will be making a couple more episodes. So this is just to hold you over. I did plan on recording with somebody else this past weekend. Not to name names, but they were too busy being a degenerate and they couldn't wake up in order to make the shoot time. So RIP to them. They're not my friend no more. They're dead to me. Just kidding. Maybe, potentially. Honestly. Sometimes you just gotta think about the friendships you have, and then maybe are they worth it? Are they not? Who knows? We're gonna continue on. We'll see. I'll update you on that. If they come on the show, then whatever I said, that wasn't true. But if they don't, then I'm gonna talk about season 3 of Reacher is over. It has concluded. I will give that season. That's probably the highest rated Reacher season I think thus far. I'm remembering the first season, and I'm thinking to myself that was a good way to kind of introduce Reacher as a character. Season 2 gave us a lot of backstory, but season 3 really fleshed out the character that we got to know in season 1 and 2. We did get some recurring characters in season 3, but season 3 has to be a 10 out of 10, honestly. It has to be the most action-packed, a little bit of corniness, a little bit of seriousness, a little bit of like suspense. Tension was high. The flashbacks gave a lot of context, a lot of details that we needed for the Reacher character himself. A lot of context that we probably didn't get in the first 2 seasons. We got a lot of that context for Reacher in season 3. So season 3 takes him on. He's undercover, kind of, because he doesn't really work for the DEA or the ATF or the FBI. A lot of them played parts in this story for season 3. So he's not really a affiliate of those departments. He does his own thing. He moves on from place to place. The beginning of the season kicks off where we think he's rescuing this kid who's obviously about to get killed for no reason, and then he shoots a guy who's taking out a gun, and it turns out he was taking out a badge. And he killed a cop, right? So that's what we're led to believe. That's what I will leave you with that from there. And then at the end of the season, we conclude in the most perfect way what we were building up to for the entire season. Even by like episode 6, that's when it kind of starts like shifting into 6th gear, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna get moving pretty soon. We're moving pretty fast. Things are escalating, and perfect like way to cap off the season. Reacher got what he wanted to do. He completed his mission priorities as well, and overall the action, the suspense, the violence, all of that wrapped up in one big happy package. And honestly, the fight that we saw at the end with Reacher and one of the characters, I mean, you'll know. If you watch episode 1, you'll know who I'm talking about. That fight, holy shit, was pretty good. It's, Brain against Brawn, or in Reacher's case, Brain and Brawn versus just Brawn. To make Reacher look so small is kind of crazy to me, because he's supposed to be like the 6'5" guy. So kind of finding a guy that can kind of like make him look little. Job well done to the casting producers, to the people who were in charge of just like the story. Like, I don't think the story needed that, but the story was enhanced because of that. Because there's a guy in this season that towers over Reacher, and you don't want Reacher to get it with him. Like, you don't want him to do nothing with that guy, because clearly that guy will probably fuck Reacher up, and in a lot of cases he does. In a lot of cases Reacher fucks him up back, right? But all that, tallies are on both sides of the board, and then there's one last hurrah to their rivalry for the both of them. And honestly, watch it, please. Enjoyable. It lasts a long time, that fight, which I would think it would. I would think it's necessary for it to be that long. But honestly, like, twists and turns and surprises, like, you'll never guess. You'll never guess where the fight's gonna lead. You'll think it's done, but it's not done. You think it's about to be done, and it's not even close. So go enjoy that, watch that. I'm trying not to spoil Reacher season 3, but at some point, if it ever comes up in a future Idle Talk, I will spoil it. So this is your prelude. Go watch it. All 8 episodes are on Prime right now. And speaking of Prime, I was watching iCarly on Amazon Prime, and there's no commercials for iCarly. Why? There's one ad in the beginning, one ad, right, which I've complained about famously on this podcast. And for some reason, Reacher has 3 or 4 fucking commercials. 3 or 4 fucking commercials, and they're super long. They're like a minute and a half, or like 2 minutes sometimes. But iCarly doesn't get any fucking commercials. Like, I put on iCarly sometimes just so I could have something safe. Like, sort of, like if my mom is cooking in the kitchen and like we're about to go eat and like I'm doing stuff too. Like, I'll throw on fucking iCarly, right? Because I loved iCarly as a kid, and I like the adult reboot version too. For some reason, they canceled that. And I did speak about that before. I remember that vividly here in this location, actually. But for some fucking reason, iCarly doesn't get fucking a billion commercials. If anything, put 1,000,001 commercials for that. And don't fucking oversaturate fucking Reacher with commercials. And fucking Yellowjackets. Yellowjackets has like 3 or 4 fucking ads too. And I'm getting fucking tired of this, Amazon. I'm getting fucking tired of it. And I'm wondering if I get Paramount Plus through Paramount, does it have commercials? Because maybe that's where I'm fucking up. Maybe it might be cheaper paying it through Amazon, but I'll have to look into that, to be honest, because 3 or 4 fucking commercials for Yellowjackets is absolutely insanity. Speaking of Paramount Plus, I love these little smooth transitions. I just watched episode 1 of MobLand. It's an MTV show produced by Tom Hardy. I keep confusing Tom Hardy and Ed Hardy. Tom Hardy is the guy that played Venom. Venom. Anyway, MobLand episode 1. Let me break that down for you. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep this mini short. Basically, he's a problem solver. He's a fixer. He's a go-getter. He's got all the contacts. He's got 2 phones. Everybody that you know in cinema that is successful has 2 cellular devices. So he's got an old one. Boop, boop, boop. You got, ABC, on the same button. One ABC. And then he has like a smartphone. So sometimes he'll be on the phone with 2 different people at the same time, which is pretty cool. But he's a fixer, he's a go-getter, problem solver, and he is kind of that person for like a mob family. There's 2 central mob families in this show. Don't ask me their names. I already forgot. I think Tom Hardy's name is fucking Harry. His name is Harry. Harry is a go-getter, problem solver, solution-oriented guy. So he's kind of like the main enforcer for one of these crime families. Let me tell you the name. So he's the enforcer for the Harrigan family. I just quickly Googled that. And I think the other family is the Stevensons, if I'm remembering it correctly. But he's their main guy, right? He cleans up the family's business. Like, there's they call the main guy, top guy, they call him the governor, right? He's like the governor of the whole crime family. And so he has a grandson who gets into a stabbing at a club, at this crazy ass sex club, and like a sex nightclub thing. Like, there's people fucking in the room, and he was like, "Hey, you move your hips," and he was like, "Fuck off." Oh yeah, and it's based in like England, so they have all these accents because Tom Hardy has an accent. So it's like, "Fuck off, mate. Cheerio, cheers, mate." It's like all that stuff you could ask for, they've got it in the show. So that's why I've been kind of like locked in on it. Overall, first episode, pretty good. It starts off with 2 people who are obviously on different sides, and Tom Hardy's there mediating, right? He's, things are going down. He's like, "Y'all not going to apologize?" He's like, "Nah, we're not going to apologize, but we're going to shake hands." And so he leaves, he goes, he asks his main guy, his main honcho. He's like, "They're not going to apologize. They're just going to shake hands. We'll probably run into the same situation like 6 months from now. Like, what do you think we should do?" He's like, they both been doing bad shit to us. They've been stealing money from us in different ways. So kill them. And then he goes, "All right, man." Well, he uses a metaphor. He's like, the tree grows big and strong, but then eventually the parasites make the apples rotten. So you've got to get rid of the parasites. So he goes and he murks everybody there. And then the main guy comes down from after eating his dinner. He stomps on his neck, says some kind of racially charged statements, and then kills the guy. So Tom Hardy has to go clean up this grandson's mess, which it's like a Romeo and Juliet kind of thing, because one guy, the governor's grandson, isn't supposed to be hanging out with the other guy's, Richie's son. So they're both hanging out with each other. They're not supposed to, because they're the grandsons of, or the sons of like mob bosses. So like you're not supposed to hang out with your enemy's family. So that's his own situation on his own. So Eddie is like the grandson that, oh my god, his name is fucking Eddie. Like, nope, oh, I'm dumb. I thought Tom Hardy, his name was Ed. Ed Hardy. Anyway, Eddie, he's the grandson, and he's supposed to be like not fucking with that kid. And he's lying about it. He's like, nah, man, obviously I didn't hang out with him. Like, of course not. Like, what? That's so stupid. But then he got pissed earlier in the beginning when somebody took a photo of them too. He actually threw out that kid's phone off and broke it and gave him money to fix it. Anyway, so he gets into a stabbing because some guy, she's like, hey, cunt, watch where you're going. He's like, oh man, sorry. And then the other guy threatens low key. He threatens him first. I'm not gonna lie to you. He threatens him first to stab him, but then he stabs him first, and he stabs him like in his fucking gut, like right on the right side of his stomach. Gets him really good. He's drown. He's not drowning. He's basically drowning in his own blood. So he fucks him up, and then he runs off with the other kid, and the other kid's panicking. He's like, oh my god, like what are we doing? Da 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 da. He's like, hey man, relax. Why'd you run? He's like, what do you mean? Like, why'd I run? I mean, obviously you would run too if somebody you knew stabbed somebody. So you don't see where the kid ends up. The other kid that's not supposed to hang out with him. You just see the grandson take him on. He's like, come on, bro, I'll make it up to you. And they walk off into the sunset, and then boom. Now Tom Hardy, his name's Harry in the show. He's got to figure out where's this kid, right? So the other guy, the other mob boss family guy, head guy, he calls Kevin, who's the dad of the kid who stabbed somebody. So his name is Kevin, and he like asks Harry for help all the time. He's like Harry's like his guy type shit. So he's like, yo, where the fuck is my son? Like, I know you're trying to get at my fentanyl. Oh, by the way, they're moving fentanyl in the show. Trying to get at my fucking fentanyl. Where's my fucking son? That's not the way to do it. And then Kevin's like, bro, chill. We don't do that here. And he's like, yo, where's my fucking son? He keeps calling him, spamming his shit, basically. Fucking DMing him like crazy. And then the episode ends with Tom Hardy. He meets with the guy who has the missing son. And he's like, yo, bro, chillax, okay? I got this. He's like, you have until noon tomorrow to bring me my son. That's not Tom Hardy's job, because why does Tom Hardy have to bring you your son? Why isn't your son just at home? That's his fault, not Tom Hardy's fault. Anyway, so they're about to snipe the guy. Fun fact. And then Tom Hardy's like, nah, chill. Don't snipe him. Don't snipe him. Save that for another day, right? And then the episode ends with the guy we call the governor, right? He's with his family. And someone gets shot. And I haven't even talked about this episode in any details that would make sense to you. I just want you to go watch this show. It just came out. It's on Paramount Plus. You can watch it on Paramount Plus with the Essentials bundle. So you don't even gotta pay for the premium shit that comes with Stars. I unfortunately pay for that because I want to watch Yellowjackets. Which Yellowjackets, come the fuck on. Where are we going with this season? There's a few more episodes left, and it ends with the fucking this last episode. I think it's episode 8, with Shauna doing some crazy out of pocket, out of this world shit. I was so surprised at what that girl did. Like, both of them, the present version and the past version of her. What are we doing? What are we doing to the Yellowjackets right now? And whoever wrote that episode, I personally, I would like to pay for your therapy, because I don't know what you needed to channel to kind of like get there artistically, like get there for the episode. I don't understand what made you think about ending it that way. I don't understand why you chose to do it that way. But please, take my offer. I would love to pay for an hour of your therapy because you need some help. Last thing that I will bring up as I wrap up this mini, outside of the TV stuff that I've been watching. I got this MoMA hat. I went to MoMA on Friday, and I walked 11 point something miles that day. Over 22,000 steps, proud of myself. And I told my friend, because they invited me to go to the city. I was like, I don't need to go to the city for at least like 9 months. Like I already got everything I needed to do out the way, and it's all done. It's all accomplished. So, don't need to go to the city for that. Loma was awesome. We only got to spend like an hour or so there, but it was free $99 because on Fridays if you're a New York State resident, you get to go into MoMA for free. And they didn't really check, honestly. I just scanned my thing. Nobody asked for any verification or anything like that. Student pricing, $17 if you're a student with like valid college ID. Which again, they didn't really ask for that either, to be honest. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I got a early Christmas gift. I got a squirrel that happens to be dressed as Spider-Man. So I'll add a photo up here. That way I don't have to grab it and like do that weird YouTuber focus thing. But yeah, went to MoMA, did that. I'll talk about that a little bit more in depth with Fabian about the rest of the day and what that incurred, whatever. Cool MoMA hat. Last thing, I binge watched Batman the animated series, the Cape Crusader one, the one that came out a few months ago on Amazon. And I will say, I like that show. If these kids don't shut the fuck up, shut up. I'd like that show. It was fun, enjoyable. I like the way it portrayed Bruce Wayne. I think a lot of shows and movies don't portray Bruce Wayne wholly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it puts Bruce Wayne on the back burner because we're trying to focus on Batman. But there was a lot of scenes, maybe like a lot of episodes or half of the episode, Bruce Wayne was in it, and it wasn't just Batman. And it kind of goes to show you the dynamic that Bruce Wayne and the Batman have. Like, when it's daytime, fucking Bruce Wayne is out and about. When you think about it, like, this is what I really was like taking away from the show. I'm like, when it's daytime, Batman don't really be fucking outside. It's just the police handling stuff in the daytime, and then sometimes crime waits to happen at night, which I thought was also insane too. So imagine just living in Gotham and trying to figure that out. But I would give that season an 8.5. I like the things they did with the Penguin. I'm surprised because I saw how negatively the internet received the Penguin, but I thought it was just fine. I didn't think it was anything that took away from the original Penguin or took away from the story at all. That book is still open. A lot of the endings to these episodes are still so open. Like Harley Quinn, she's still out there somewhere. The Penguin is in jail, but you know she did something, and like there still has to be like a consequence to that. And then the fucking guy that fucked up Harvey Dent, that guy is still out there. I mean, if this is all spoilers to you, you should have watched the show. But you know, I didn't watch the show until now, and I didn't get nothing really spoiled to me. So if I spoiled it for you, I apologize. But maybe you should do a little bit of a better job and go watch shows as it comes out. Batman, the Cape Crusader, I think that's what it's called, 8.5 out of 10. Reacher, 10 out of 10 for the entire third season. Love that show. Yellowjackets, so far, 8.5 out of 10. Just because there's some things that I cannot forgive you for in the present that are going on. A little bit of slow writing, slow developing. Maybe when the whole season comes out, I'll watch it over again, and I'll see maybe if the pacing is a little bit better. But for now, because I'm waiting each and every Thursday for this show to drop, Thursday at 3 a.m., by the way. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Oh, also, real quick sports update. The Giants signed Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. And I think through the glory and power of God that we will have success this season just because of those two people. Russell Wilson will pray for us each and every game, each and every practice. And Jameis Winston will go out there and bring the passion, bring the spirit, bring everything that the Giants have been lacking over the last 12 years. And am I a happy Giants fan? It can't get any worse. It can't get any worse. Maybe this is the direction we need in order to just like reboot everything and continue going forward, continue building something for the future. But I'm actually super excited to have Jameis Winston, and then we signed Russell Wilson right on top, cherry on top. I mean, I don't want Russell starting, to be honest. I want to see Jameis go out there and throw for 6,000 yards and 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. I think that would be the best case scenario, the greatest thing that New York can do right now. And, you know, I'm super excited about that. So I will see you guys next week for full-blown Idle Talk. Fabian will be back. And bippity boppity boo, I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.